Hey, oh, let's go. Oh, let's go. It's Fresh Cash Friday. My goodness. If you're not excited today, I don't know what mood you're on, and I don't know how you woke up. I don't know what you think about. But one thing I do know is that if you're not pumped up, you're not excited about today, well, then you got to check your pulse. You got to be grateful because, my goodness, we get to do this one more day. It's Friday, the last day of the week, and there's nothing better than ending green. So, right now, let me take this out and let's get a little bit more serious. But it's exciting. It's exciting. They know. I don't know. Ready to go. All right. So this 59.99 area here has kind of dangled me around a little bit. It has rewarded me with just short of $175 so far. But, I mean, that's not it. That's not what I was looking for. I was long 3 there, but I mean, it didn't quite play out as I thought it would. Kind of zooming out a little bit, we can see that overnight we did end up hitting this magical 92 area down here. And then we basically did the exact same setup that we did yesterday with FOMC, where we kind of trapped below here. Not really a trap, I would say, more like a bounce of support on this one here. And then we get to the next level being this 59.99.02 area. So in my opinion, I thought that this is what we were going to be doing here. You know, kind of turning this into support. And then obviously, you know what happens when we turn something into support. We likely head on higher. But after 2 times trading this exact same kind of level, I was a little bit late on my entries. I was like 675 here. I mean, I should have been more patient waiting for this 59.99 here. But even that 99, I mean, didn't quite play out as I thought it would. So, you know what? We take the break even. We'll walk away with that 150 that we were rewarded with because we did end up locking one up here. And you wouldn't know about it if you were on the Discord. If you're not, then you can feel free to join. It is 100% free. And yeah, so I'm not interested right now in this 99.99 or 602 area. So I'm going to be taking a step back and hopefully this thing can, you know, get some volume in at open. We can nail the trade at open and then we can walk away from here because on Fridays, I like to keep it nice and short. And I do like to get that first opening move, but we'll see. I mean, I'm not going to be in a rush, right? I'm just saying I obviously like that, but if the trade doesn't come out, then it doesn't come and then there's no trade for me. But there's 2 key levels that I do want to point out to you today, which are the key levels from yesterday. Not a whole lot of big surprise because we're exactly kind of in the same range as we were yesterday. So this 92.91 is going to be like a mid, if you will, like a mid pivot right now, right? So basically, if this level fails, we are likely heading towards the next major level of support, which is where I'm actually very interested in right now, which is 77.79 area. This is a key level in the market. This was a previous all-time high set back in Give me a minute. There's a whole lot of dates and numbers. Setback in. The hell was this setback? Forget now. Nine, 7, 7. I think this was setback way back. I think I'm getting confused with 5677. Where the hell? Give me a second. There's been a whole lot of levels here recently, but I should know this. Ah, that's right. Okay. All right. We're catching our breath over here. We're catching our breath. So let me go to the bigger time frame here. All right, so 50-minute time frame here, which is slightly bigger than the 2-minute, of course. I'm kind of interested in this 50-48 area down here, which is going to be that first key level, and then the next one being that 77 right over here. Still doesn't quite show it up nicely, but oops. This was the previous all-time high where we had some level of resistance, but it was not an all-time high from like an old one. This one was set, when was this? Oh my goodness, what's going on with this? Come on. Why is it lagging so hard? Look, it's like locked into my mouse. Not even clicking on it. All right, get this thing in order now. Right over here. Somewhere here is where I would like to kind of see a trap. Flush over this Thursday right over there would be nice to see that. And then, of course, bouncing from this level here, which is where I'm kind of watching right now, price to see what we're going to be doing. I don't know if we're going to bounce from there. So what I do know is that I'm going to be waiting for some type of trap. I need to wait to see maybe we can hit like 76 and get back above to that 77, 79 area. At that point, I'm looking for the reversal down there. If, of course, price wants to go all the way down there. I have no idea if we will, but that's one key level I have there. And then the next key level, I mean, it's going to be that 50 level. But I'll be honest with you. If 79 fails, this is that next key level down here. If 79 fails, we could be threatening for the waterfall. We could be basically burning. We could be heading downtown finally, because it would not be a surprise. You know what I mean? We have not had any pullback since this massive rally. So a pullback is incoming, but we don't know when, and we don't need to guess when. It will come at the failure of this 77, 79 area. That's the first major level that I was looking to take longs at yesterday, which never came to fruition. So if today we do take that trap there, or I take that trap there, and then it fades on lower and we break down, or we just waterfall through that level, I am thinking short. So this is how I build kind of my bias on the day. Above this level, I am thinking long. Below this level, I'm thinking short. It's kind of that simple. And then in between these levels here, we can take longs, but they are, you know, kind of being a little bit choppy at this 99 area here. I just don't know how I feel about playing the same level 3 times, but I mean, the level is still kind of holding, you know what I mean? Like, price is king. Just because I don't like it anymore does not mean it's not holding. So I'm probably going to be staying out of it at least until 9:30, though. I want to do the right call here and basically wait for the real volume to come in. However, it is enticing me a little bit to take that long at 99, but I'm kind of already late to the party a little bit. I don't know. I just don't like bidding the same level, you know. I already played this level twice. I mean, I already got small amount of profit. I mean, off it. I could risk the same profits I made from it, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to really say at this level now. I liked it for the first time around the bounce right off that 99 wick. You can see how we basically bounced right there. I liked it, so I got long instantly right there. But I mean, it was a weak bounce. Like, it was pretty weak. Maybe it's important to be waiting for 9:30 today for me, but if we were at this level at 9:30 above 09, I'll probably take the long. Because on Fridays, I can be a little bit extra aggressive, maybe put on an extra trade because I don't know, I'm based on my records, based on my data, I can be a bit more aggressive on Fridays. I don't know, I love Fridays. This is my best day arguably based on my data, and therefore I'm going to stick to my own facts. But right now, I'm not in love with it. Like I said, I want to wait for the real volume to come in and let's see what happens with price there. And then gaps, let's not even talk about gaps. There's so many. There's more gaps in this chart than there are in between my teeth, as I say all the time. Do not be shorting just because there's gaps, okay? Don't do it. You can see this on the big time frame. We have a gap all the way sitting all the way to the downside right here at 59.57, which is down there. And then we have another gap sitting all the way down at 58.19. And then if I keep going with you, we will find plenty of more gaps. So do not be looking for them because you will not know when they are going to get filled. But what I can tell you is that you don't need to know and you don't need to guess. You do not need to guess. What's going on with this thing? Come on. You see this low here? This was yesterday's low. Come on. I don't know what's going on with my cruiser today. This thing. Yes. Come on. If we fail yesterday's low, we likely fill that first gap at the 57. But until that low does not fail, there's really no need to be talking about gaps here. Nothing. Or that opening price, rather. Is that around that 77.80 level there. I don't know what the hell's going on here with this. And of course, yesterday we were taking that short and I played out, but overnight, I ducking knew it. My goodness, it always does the same crap, but that's okay. Today's another day. We didn't miss anything because we can never miss anything in a market that is always moving and in a market that is nothing but basically full of opportunities. How can you be short and how could you have missed anything if the market is just going to give us another opportunity later on? It's a myth. Don't believe it. Don't feel FOMO. It's like a demon in your body. You got to just conquer it. The best case scenario is we get the dip. You know what I'm going to tell you? It's always the same kind of story. If ES can finally dip a little bit, you know, then we can look for the rip. But when we have the rip, it's very hard to know that we're going to continue ripping. You know what I mean? Hence why I like this long down here at 92. We got the dip. Now we're kind of, you know, getting the rip of congesting here at this 99 level. And 99 playing out again. It's such a weak looking chart right now until it isn't. That's the problem here. 99 is holding, you know what I mean? It's holding. It broke down towards that 97.50, but nonetheless, it's still holding. But I just want to stay flexible today. You got to be on your toes today because anything is possible. The inevitable dip can come. And you know, when I see this M here, it doesn't, you know, give me that confidence to try and get long here because it's already used up. You can see how we're using up this level here. Weak bounces, we're trapping below, but every bounce is very weak. So I'm worried about a potential, you know, pullback if I was long there. But right now, it's looking good for a potential pullback, which is a good thing. You know what I mean? I want the dip to come in. I don't want to go looking for it like a ghost and then start shorting here because that's dumb. But I want it to come in, you know what I mean? Shorting this is like chasing butterflies. I'd rather wait for the butterflies to come to me. I created my nest down here and at the 77. But honestly, we're exactly the same scenario as yesterday, where we could be in a scenario where if you don't buy whatever price we're kind of at, 99, and you kind of hold with some conviction there, you ain't going to be making anything today. And then we could rally. What a ducking prick, man. I trade this twice, and then we get some chop garbage. But I shit you not. If I had not traded it, it would have just gone up. It's unreal. Unreal. And it's not the chart to be blaming, because I did post up on the Discord this morning, right before this kind of level came into play. I talked a lot about this. Well, not a lot, but I mentioned it on my game plan for today about 99. I say it right here. We're currently in a tight range between 13 and 92. We have been trapped to the downside, blah, blah, blah. And then it says the big level of 77, 79 is right there. And then I should be long right at, and blah, blah. And then I'm talking about, did I not talk about this 99? Yeah, right here. We do have resistance at 99 to 6,002, which is Antonio's. He called it out yesterday on the Discord there. And of course, that level is now getting reclaimed, hence why I was long that level. And I mean, it's frustrating. Like, if I had been long 99 there with my stop, which is a standard 3 points, my stop would be at 96. I would have still been on in the same trade. So the fault here is mine. You know what I mean? As much as I would like to blame the chart, it's not the chart's fault for breaking me even. It's my fault. We own our decisions. And number two, why did I go break even? Why? Fudge. It's because I was long 3 contracts. Okay, I was pretty heavy long. That's the truth. I wanted to see the Ripper without any congestion, but that doesn't happen. Not when I'm long, at least. But if I wasn't long, the prick would have gone. So far, I would say we're reading this correctly, which is I got to nail that entry today, right now. I mark it open. But right now, level to level wise, doing all right. So that can give me and build me some confidence on the day. 5 more minutes and we're going to do the crystal ball indicator. If you want me to ask a question for you, let me know. The crystal ball was right about Trump. Was right on a lot of days in terms of what we're going to be doing. It's kind of scary. I'm starting to think sometimes the crystal ball could be linked up to the CME exchange. Could it be linked up to the Chicago exchange? Maybe. Maybe you guys don't know, but I have some back-end deal with someone. Ask a question. All right, well, let's start a little bit early. I'm not going to be trading right now, so let's see. Should I stream during power hour? Get out of here. Find out. If she says no, it might not be worth it. You know what I mean? If it's not worth it, then why bother? I get it. Perhaps. She's saying perhaps. So it could be a maybe, you know, a possibility. We'll think about it. Good morning, Ebnar. Buenos dias. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think she has enough data. It's 18. I mean, we're kind of bouncing from that 99. All right, let's ask her. Let's ask her the magical question. Is 59.99 going to continue holding and get us to the all-time highs? Let's find out. Which is not that far away. It's only a few points. Not really. That's what I'm thinking too, crystal ball. what I'm thinking. All right. So should we wait for 59, 79, 9, 77 level to test? I think I'm making a mistake here. It'll be 56. Yeah, no. It's right. So what she says. Certainly. All right. Well, hey, I like that answer from the crystal ball. I gotta tell you. I mean, she's very straightforward right now. So she's giving me very clear answers. She's telling me to wait for 79 to 77. I like this. I like this crystal ball. So that means if I take a long before that level and I lose, you are basically telling me that I'm a fool. All right. So she's telling me to wait. You know what that means? I'm going to go long 5 contracts at that level. No, not. That isn't purely entertainment purposes only. I don't gather my analysis based on that level. I mean, based on, what she tells me. But it's always fun to know what she's got to say. And right now she's telling me to wait. But the other flip side of this is that if she's telling me to wait for the 79 to get hit down there, right? We could be looking for a potential short as well. Right? So perhaps if 99 fails, I could be shorting, but I just don't short the choo-choo train on strength. So that's kind of my dilemma here. So basically, I'm more confused now than before the crystal ball. 4 p.m. is the worst time of the week. Yep. This level here is extremely important as well. You guys remember this psychological, magical 6,000 level. It's a psychological number as well. This is how, I mean, these levels kind of come into play sometimes because we knew about the 6,000 level before we got here, right? Before we had managed to push through it, we figured we might get denied there, which we did, and that's more on Antonio. He did call it out there, and I mean, now we're kind of chopping at this level. It's gonna have a big psychological perspective on people, right? But what I'm worried about, I gotta tell you, it's not that I'm worried about it. It's that I know that the pullback is coming. Every time we rally like this, the pullback is coming. So the question is when. And I'm always a little bit early. So today I'm not trying to look for the pullback. I'm not shorting the pullback. So rather, I guess how I'm adjusting to my previous mistakes is being very, very upfront with myself. Above 79, I'm looking for longs. If this level so much even shows indications of failing, I am not allowed. I'm literally not allowed to look for any long until the next following day. Because before, if this level failed, right? Let's assume I told you this is my plan. Okay, I'm looking for shorts below here, right? But then what's going to happen is I'm going to be looking for a long at 57, looking for the trap, looking for the long side. Or I might be looking for a low at like 60 or 58. I might want to get long, in between there, looking for the inevitable break back up. And that's very wrong. I've been doing that every time it waterfalls. So this is the beautiful thing about, being a person that can look at your trades and understand and learn from them. So now what I'm saying is the moment this level breaks, I am only allowed to short. If I even so much as even think of a long, I'm walking away. And of course, if I do want to take a long at another level, I must wait for the next following day. Because whenever those elevator cells come in, it lasts almost all day. So there's no need to be looking for longs the entire day. Even if we have a nice rally through it, or we have a nice pump end of day, I am not allowed to touch it. You know what I mean? Because that is also looking for the ghost, looking for the pump when we're only dumping. So I do hope that what I'm saying to you kind of makes some sense and can give you some value. Let my mistake kind of, in that perspective, show you something. Don't do exactly what I do. You know what I mean? I'm there trying to long every little support when we're dumping. I'm adjusting to that now on that one day where I do bad. So now I want to flip that script and I want to do well on that day where the waterfall is coming in. So I'm just gonna be shorting, right? Buenos dias. Blush brown. So far, 99 again, holding up nicely. Hola. All right, market's gonna open it up in about 5 minutes and 15 seconds. So get ready. I'm not gonna be rushing, but I do kind of want to nail this trade at open. I'm not gonna lie to you. But we're still in an area where I don't really want to be kind of it's difficult. I already was long twice this level, guys. Twice. Twice I was long this level this morning from 6,000. And then I end up breaking even. But nonetheless, price is king. It held 99. I should have been long from 99. Right now, I missed it. You know what I mean? I should have been long 99. Unfortunately, I ducked it up. Because at 99, I can be with a comfortable break even. Or my stop where it needs to be, which is 96 right here. I think we're going to rally now at open. I think we're hunting that 07 now, and then perhaps that 12 again. Man, I'm still bullish on this, but I just don't like playing the same level so many times, you know what I mean? After 2 trades of that 6,000, I'm here like, you know what I mean, 3 times. Not that wise. We'll see. Based on what price is telling me right now, we should have been long from 99. Could have, would have, should have. You know what I mean? I was long this ducking level twice. I even woke up. I already locked in some profits. So I'm green on the day from this particular trade, but why am I thinking we're going to push to that 07 right at open now? I don't know. We'll see. Let's wait for real volume. I'm going to keep my emotions out of it. Let's just wait. I'm going to follow my plan, which is wait for volume to come on in. Anything is possible right now. We could easily dump. We could easily pump. JP, good morning. Should have been long again, 99. I was long 3 contracts from this ducking level right here, and we couldn't pump through there. Now we might pump. My goodness. I was long 3. I was like, I'm going to take profit 1 at 04, which I did. I'm going to take profit 1 at 07, and I'm going to leave a runner on all day, baby. All day. We're going to let it print. And then I get another dip. Fuck. And then now we're getting the pump. Unreal. And yes, this is all on the Discord, by the way. Timestamped and everything. So I'm not here talking hindsight, you know what I mean? I know you. It's not everybody that thinks that, but I know that there's always that with someone. You're talking hindsight. What hindsight? Well, these are levels from yesterday. Ah, man, guys. I don't know. We'll see. Please, let's pray. Let's get the dump to the 77, or I don't know, anything. Like, at least a pullback. And then let's get the rip. Let's get the dip so we get the rip. There you go. We're trying to manifest the dip. Not a big one either. I don't know anything. Just don't rally at open. I just get worried when we're so close to the highs. You know what I mean? The all-time high is sitting at 6,013. So we are legit like less than 10 points, 9 points right now from the all-time high. It's extremely difficult to be buying 9 points below the high, assuming that we're going to break through the high and make another all-time high. You know what I mean? I want to see a trap. I want to see someone get trapped first, and then that's better. There is no trap currently. The trap from yesterday was a 92, which today we back tested and bounced right from there. All right, market's about to open on up. It looks like we're heading right to the 07. Whatever. At least I made 150. At least there's enough for a coffee up for me. 150. Fine, I'll take 150. I won't feel so bad when we do pump. Okay, dump. Market's open for business. There is 07. Ding, 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 ding. Gosh, damn it. I would have been on a runner now. Oh my God. I'm going to end this stream. No, I'm not. I'm not going to end it, but it's so frustrating when like the plan works exactly and then, oh my goodness. And then there we go. We're going right to the fucking high. Oh my God. I would have been on a runner for the rest of the day now. My runner would have been going the whole day. I would have never taken it out. I would have left it. Watch. That was the trade at open. Would have been done already with my day. Sometimes that's how it goes, I guess. Come on, lucky shirt. Let's rub it on our body a little bit. You know, we need some luck here. Some extra luck. It's okay. We got I mean, we kind of read that right, but not kind of. We did read it right. I just ducked it up a little bit down there, but. All right, let's see what happens at the highs. The highs is 13. There's two ways of looking at this. We're going to have some resistance there sitting at the 12, 13 area. You know what I'm going to say about this resistance? I don't think it's going to hold. You know what I mean? I don't think so. I'm just telling you that it's there. You know what I mean? Maybe if we do some trapping to the upside, like maybe if we go like 15, dip back down into the 13, maybe that could be a short. But am I really going to short this choo-choo train? You know what I mean? Like, this is why I don't like trading pre-market. I know this is how it happens every time. If I just waited for market open, I would have been long there because I wouldn't have had my emotions from the morning here, right? From pre-market. But because I traded here twice, I didn't want to do it a third time. But then there are other days and instances where I don't trade pre-market and then the fucking thing just keeps on going. It's the dilemma of an everyday trader, the problems a day trader has. It's either, you know what I mean? You try to play the level too early or something like that. Something stupid always happens. Like the market knows. I don't even want to look at this chart. I'm not shorting this. There's no way I'm short. I don't even know what to say. If we push like 16, maybe 15, we get back below 13, which is the previous all-time high. Maybe I'll take a short. I would not short dead on resistance. I would in any other type of market, but not in this market. There's no way I would. Not that I don't understand that 12 is resistance or this level up here, right? It's not that I don't. It's that I don't like to take stupid trades where, you know, they're not gonna likely work like that. Like, the trend is clearly pushing higher. We're clearly one up, and there's no need to be shorting resistance. I want to short weakness, but there is never any weakness, and there's no trapping happening. So it's a weird scenario that we're on right now. It's almost like you either get on and you stay on, or you get shrugged up. If you got that long, good job. I should have caught this long. This was easy. I was long, but I don't know if the crystal ball was right or wrong, but I don't know if she said she said we weren't gonna push through this high. If we can push through that level, through that high, and then back test it, I'll be long. Maybe something like that. Be careful here. This resistance is not gonna hold. I don't think so. But just understand it is resistance. That is some resistance there. Bears, they don't exist. This is whenever we see any dip, it's profit taking. Don't get it confused with bears. There are no bears. And this is why they only get that little teddy bear eating their cherries. That's even being nice to them. The fact that they're even there. The fact that I even talk about them. I should have two bulls. A bull pushing and a bull with money. Because when the bull pushes, he has to take profit at some point, so then he ends up with money. This is a bull versus bull game. Hence why this is the only reason why this guy is here. Look, I am green on the day, but I mean nowhere near where I want to be. 150. I mean that's 150. That's not it for a Friday. But I can't, you know, push myself here on this price point here. I was long ducking 3 from this 99. Oh, always early. Fudge. Like, you're getting to see my emotions, okay? I don't get to see yours, but tell me something. When you see that pump like that and you're like, fuck, doesn't it trigger a little bit of emotion? I know the next move's gonna come, you know? It's not like I'm here crying about it. I mean, I am a little bit, but entertainment purposes only. Oh my gosh. We ran up right to that 12 there. Again, understanding that that is a level of resistance. I wouldn't have shorted there, but just understand the levels. You know what I mean? You don't need to take every trade at every single level. That's not how trading works. Pick your shot and kind of take it. You know what I mean? We're getting a second bounce of this 07. I'm wondering if I should be taking a long of this 07 here. I don't know. Could work, could fail. You know what I mean? Like, there's no real. I don't have a real edge here at this 07. It could work, it could fail. I'm not taking it. Unless we blow through the highs, we kind of congest above the highs, then I'll be comfortable with taking that 12, 13 level there. But there's no way I'm getting long here at 07. I don't care how good it's going to work right now. I'm not. We have no evidence that we can break through the high just yet. You know what I mean? If you're a breakout trader, then yes, you're expecting that thing to break out. I mean, I am that typical kind of a breakout trader, but I got to be long from a trap. You know what I mean? Like something like down here. If I was still long here with a runner, yes, I'll be like, this thing's going to break. But I'm not long from down here with a runner, so tuck this thing. This thing can go lower. Kind of struggling right now below this 12, below this 12 level right now. I would not short this. Unless you're long 99, nada. There's nada for you to be doing here. And this is all one leg. One leg. You might be wondering from where? From the 92 from yesterday. You remember this 92? That 92, that's where we trapped yesterday during FOMC as well. So today we bounced from that level of support and then back up to the highs. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I be looking at this 07 long here and expect that high to break, but not in love with it? If we dip. What a crazy time, though. You would imagine that trading a straight boner candle higher on the daily chart is easy, but I would argue the opposite. It's more complicated. Because there's less setups, there's less congestion, and we just keep pumping. You know what I mean? At that point, it's like FOMO traders do better because they can just trigger long at anywhere. Testing 07 once again. I don't know. I could take the long at 07, but right below the highs, you know what I mean? I don't think so. All right, we're breaking below it. If we pop back above it, it could represent again, these are very aggressive longs I'm talking about right here. I'm not going to be long, I think, but So we are not popping back above oh 07 here. So there's no need to think about it. But I'm saying if we do pop back above oh 07, it could mean a long, but not really in love with longing above oh 07. I'll be honest with you. Oh 04. All right, we're getting back above oh 07. Again, this is such a, I don't know. I don't even know what to call this long. I'm not long. I'm just saying, like, it's so aggressive. You know what I mean? Extremely aggressive, to say the least. I'm not going to take it. I'm not comfortable with the risk up here. I'm okay if it just rallies. You know what I mean? It's just, I'm not going to long right below the all-time high. We just kind of ran there and we got stuck. So the argument could be made that we could be back testing again 92. Let's get the dip, yes. Come on. Give us something. Look, I want to sound positive, you know, not cynical or anything. It's just, I was already long from down here. I can't really do much here at oh 07. It could work, though. oh 07 could work, but I'm not doing it. I'm going to use my better judgment, I think. My gut's telling me not to. I'm also not in love with how NQ is kind of dropping. The dollar showing some strength, and ES is kind of holding up at this level right now. You can see there, the SPY is basically right at the bottom chart. NQ is the top. DXY, or the dollar, is in the middle. And you can see how they're kind of all working against each other. And I don't really like to see that. I like to see when NQ and the SPY are working together. The dollar, I would need it to be showing some weakness as well. Again, I don't use this as indicators, but rather whenever, you know, they're kind of all conflicting, I kind of like to stay out of it because it can mean some chop or some, you know, indecisiveness as to where things could be headed. So I don't know. Right now, it looks like NQ is right back up. The SPY is holding that level. Perhaps we could have been long oh 07, but I decided to use my gut. I'm not gonna complain about it. I'm not gonna cry about it. Let it. I'm done with it. You know what I mean? Like, if it doesn't want to give me a good setup, I'm not gonna take it. It's like a very micro dip from the 1175 down here to the oh 05. Micro dip. I don't even know if that's a micro dip. I think that's just. So we're hitting 12 again. You know I'm not going to short this, but it is a speed bump. We got denied already once. I don't know if it's going to work a second time, but just understand it is a speed bump there. If we rally, maybe we break through the 15, we come back to the 12. Maybe I'll be long there. Just be careful there if you do want to consider that. I mean, because we could also trap to the upside and head on back down with a trap to the top. The reason why I'm more interested in this long than the '07 is because I don't know if we're going to break resistance from '07. You know what I mean? There's no guarantee. But once we do break it, I mean, there's evidence now that price has broken through that level of resistance. And this is currently the only resistance in the market, which is the all-time high there. So if we break the last level of resistance, we're likely going to be in for a nice push. That's just a simple theory that I have. But we'll see. Right now, the all-time high is 13. We push right to the 13, and we did make a slight new all-time high, but that is not a very convincing, push through the high there. I was missing the Spanish music. I got the Latino music pumping now. Now the market's going to do something. There's two ways of looking at this. Right now, bears could step in and slap this thing down, or the bulls could come in and continue to push. I will not be shorting this. We're pinching right between 13 and 12 right now. I just got to be careful not to get trapped here because, like I said, we could easily get trapped, or I could easily get trapped here. We're getting stuck. We're getting stuck. Uh-oh. Be careful here. That's not a convincing push for me just yet. Like I said, there's two ways to the token right now. There's two ways to the coin. You can see this as the shorting zone because we're right at the all-time high. Or you can wait for the breakout, wait for the back test, and then continue pushing with the trend. So there's two sides to this coin right now. I'm not disputing it. You know what I mean? Like I'm telling you, there's two sides to this. I'm just choosing to stick with the long side if I do get a long here because, well, ducking price just keeps going up. You know what I mean? I don't want to assume that we're going to get denied here. But this is where your caution and, your own screen time will kind of come in. Or better yet, if you're unsure, just stay out of it. You know what I mean? Even like me, I'm here trying to push a trade, but I don't need to do anything up here. I didn't make a plan to be trading here. That could be the right answer, don't trade. Come on, give me a high conviction setup. Who's going to win? Right now, we're getting pretty tight there. I mean, the longs are kind of not getting stopped out. Neither are the shorts, though. So we are kind of getting pretty tight in this range right now. I don't know. I'm thinking about taking this long. I'm not going to lie to you, but... Man, I don't like trading these levels sometimes. It's assuming that we're going to continue. That's the problem with taking this long here. And I don't really like how we got denied there like that. That's not a very convincing push. Would have loved to see like 14 first. Almost. Again, getting stuck right below that 13. 13 is the previous all-time high set yesterday at 315. We did just blow through it a little bit. Not very convincing, but I mean, we did make a new high. Nonetheless, right here to the 1375. I don't know. We're basing right at that 12. 12, 13. It's getting tight. Something's going to happen here. We're going to either dump or we're going to pump. This is such a tricky long here. Tricky long, but I would still rather take the fucking long than the short. Shorting is a loser's game. Yeah, and getting kind of stuck at this 13. Fuck it, YOLO, baby. YOLO, baby. YOLO, baby. I'm gonna risk the profits on the day that I currently have, which is 150 right down there. I'm already long from the 12, looking for this push. If we can break through the all-time high, we've congested quite nicely there right now. So the pump or dump is gonna come. My boner candle, well, my boner candle indicator is pinging, but I don't know which way right now, I'll be honest. I do think to the upside above that 12, but below that 12 is to the downside. Come on, get that boner candle. If we can blow through that 14 level, we're blowing. We're blowing off. If. Come on, push or else I'm getting out of this thing real quick. We gotta go, man. We gotta go with strength right now. Or else we could be trapping to the upside just to head on backwards, basically. Come on. Be careful. I mean, be careful here, okay? I'm already green on the day. I'm risking the day profits that I'm already in. So, I mean, it's kind of a risk-free either way. But that's what I'm thinking too. I'm at 14. If we cross 14, I think we go to towards that 20 level. But come on. Duck the bears, man. Come on, hold it. This is a very risky long, okay? We're right at the highs. Exercise a whole lot of caution here. This thing could easily reverse. But for right now, we are holding 12, so I'm happy to stay long here. NQ is starting to dump, so that's no good. Oh my goodness, are you kidding? Are you kidding, NQ? Help us out, NQ. We need you to start rallying. Be careful here. It's not looking like we want to go yet. Come on, push, baby, push. This is getting tight. I'm telling. This is getting tight here right now. You think it's not doing anything, but it is. It's congesting. This thing it's coiling up right now. It is coiling up. It's getting tight. Break through the 14. Come on, squeeze, baby, squeeze. Squeeze. Boner candle. Come on. My boner candle indicator is going through that goddamn roof right now. Come on. Let it be to the upside. Fudge. We're getting denied here. Antonio putting up that 15 level there. Through that 15, he's saying that boner candle could come in. And right now, looking like 15 is the correct level. I thought it would be for that 14. JP stopped out for the third time. How? Well, I don't know, like, where you're trading, right? But are you breaking even at least? Come on, and you hold this ducking level. I might go break even, honestly, to cover my downside in case this thing wants to waterfall. We'll see. I'm trying to give us a little bit more leash on this. Come on. Pump, baby. Pump, pump, pump. I'm going break even. I mean, it won't hurt for me to look for another entry. All right, I'm risk-free. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we can just get going. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to see this thing backtest my entry, because if we backtest my entry, gonna be, come on. How come you're getting stopped out, JP? Where are you trying to get in long here? It hasn't been, I mean, the easiest, but if you can kind of wait patiently for that entry, I think you could be breaking even, but stopped out for like losers, I don't know. All right, come on, fingers crossed, man. My boner candle's still going off the radar. I think we got some more fuel in this tank here. I think we want to push, but like I said, I'm at risk free right now. I am not letting this thing go any further below my break even. I'm not risking profits on the day on this risky, extremely risky long here. Pump, 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 baby, pump. Every time it breaks through, like, not sure exactly what you mean. I'll be honest, JP, but your stop has to be where it makes sense. You know what I mean? When you enter, you cannot be very tight on that stop. And again, you got to wait for that entry. Hey. Come on, pump. Give me a little bit more on this. Be careful here. This thing could still reverse, but I'm going to break even. So I'm going to just enjoy my life right now. Let this thing print. Come on, you ducking prick. Yeah, if your stops are too tight, remember, like, if you see me entering my trade, right, even the one I just did right now was very risky. But no matter what trade you take, you need to have some wiggle room. If your stop is too tight, you're basically saying you're the greatest trader in the world because you've nailed your entry. And unfortunately, a lot of the times your entry is not going to be perfect. Yes, it works. Of course, I want to see my trade enter and then go green and always stay green. But unfortunately, that's not the reality. So you must be able to give yourself some wiggle room. You need at least minimum 3 points. Come on, baby. Let's rally a little bit more. Oh, come on. Don't do this. I'm thinking about cutting it soon. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I am thinking about cutting this thing very soon because I'm not in love with how this boner candle is coming in. I like my break even. I'm fine with it, but I will not be moving my stop from break even. No way. Stops can't be too tight. When you enter, you need to be at 3 points minimum based on what I've gathered in my trading. I used to try to trade like that, moving my stop, only risking a little bit. But risking a little bit times 5, you might as well just put on one good size stop on one good trade and then, let that be. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's hold this 16 level. Let's continue to rally now. Let's let it print. Come on. I want to close my eyes. I don't even want to be here. Honestly, I would just leave. Looking at the candles move kind of gets emotion in me. So I'd rather just have my take profit, my break even, and walk away. And one of them's going to get hit, I know. So that I'm at peace with. But watching this thing move, it triggers all sorts of emotions. Like I just said, I want to take it in. I want to lock it in soon, right? No, baby. We're going to go to the target or we're going to break even on this thing. One or the other is going to happen. And by the way, I do want to also clarify with that stop thing I'm telling you here. When it comes to trading, yes, you want to have a good enough stop, right? Like 3 points, like I'm telling you. However, that does not mean also that you need to be entering at any level and then having a 3-point stop. you need to understand that what I'm saying is you need to basically have a good entry and you need to practice on those entries so you can afford that risk. But if you're trading like 30 times a day or 20 times a day, you cannot afford a 3-point stop on every single trade, right? You got to see how you trade in general. But that's kind of something I wanted to point out to you. Ugh, we broke even on it. Why is break even for me today? All right, this is smelling like a trap to the upside, guys, a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. Maybe cutting that, taking that 200 and something would have been wise there, but. Could this be a trap to the upside? Is the reversal coming in now? I'm flat as well. You can see there, I am flat. I think that's looking like a trap to the upside, guys. I think I want to be getting short here soon. If I can get filled at perhaps that 12-13, I might give it a shot here. That is smelling trappy. That's as trappy as it can get to the upside there. Just please don't waterfall. Please don't waterfall. Please don't waterfall. Pop back above first. Pop back. Pop, 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 pop. Like I said, it was either going to be take profit or break even. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I do my trades, but... All right, we're getting back below this 13 level. I like it, but I need to get short right at a key level where it makes sense. So 13 for me makes sense. 13, 12, that depends. The lower you're short, the more risk you need to put on. But if I go 12, my stop's going to have to be kind of up here. 15, I don't know. We can get filled a little bit up here. Let's... Oh, come on. It didn't fill me there. Are you kidding? Oh, come on. I was one tick away from getting filled. Are you kidding? Oh, my God. I missed it by one tick. Fudge. You guys saw that? Did you guys see that? Oh, my God. One tick. Come on, Lucky Shirt. You're supposed to be working today. Fudge. Fudge. Entry long, 1 ES. Oh, you're long right now? I'm here trying to get a short in. Come on, let's see if this 13 can... Alright, I'm gonna push this thing higher. Alright, fine. I'm gonna just do it here. Gosh. Let's see if this trap can hold. If it doesn't hold, then obviously we're gonna reclaim the level and then boner candle right back up, but... My stop should be up here, but I'm not gonna leave it that much. Like, that's ridiculous. So I'm just gonna have it right here. Come on, ES. Come on, ES. Show me Niagara Falls, baby. I want to see them. I haven't seen Niagara Falls in such a long time. I miss it. I do miss Toronto. I miss Canada a little bit. We'll be going back later on, but for now, remind me of what Niagara Falls looks like. Correct. I am currently short. I entered a short at 12, as mentioned. Right now, I'm kind of liking this to the downside. We have that pop. It didn't really work on the favor of the bulls there, so... We get back below the previous all-time high. I'm thinking that we could be heading on lower right now. Obviously, how it's going to do it, we'll see. I don't know, but right now, I could be at break even, but I'm hoping not to do that. I hope it just Ducking goes down now. First target to the downside would be 02. Come on. Don't do this. Let's go down. Versetti took along at 07, exit 1525, total 412. Atta boy, that's it. You nailed that 07 trade. That's the one that I choked on. Good for you. I applaud you because I would have liked to take that long there too. That was actually a pretty sweet long altogether. It worked out. I didn't take it. I kind of choked it, but I like it. Now I'm here worrying about this short. We need to get moving quickly, quickly, quickly. Again, first target on this short is 02 for me right now. Again, the idea is simple why I'm short. We have that breakthrough, which had pretty much a little bit of follow through. We get back below 13, so I want to be short as close as possible to 13 because that's the previous all-time high. You know what I mean? Like, we have resistance, we squeeze through, we get back below. So I'm thinking we could be in for some more downside. It's a risky short, but nonetheless, it's still a setup there currently. It's the best setup I'm looking at right now. So I'm going to take it. It's fucking Friday. I want to get this short in and I want to walk away. Come on, yes. Let's get to the ducking 02, baby. Come on. Come on, break it. Break, 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 break 07, break 07. Come on. This thing needs momentum right now. We cannot slow down one single bit. We cannot let the bulls even breathe right now. We need to. I know you might be thinking, oh, it's because you're short. No, it's not because I'm short. It's because we need to take the elevator down for this setup to hold, or else the bulls are just going to come in, take back 13, and they're going to squeeze this thing higher. You know what I mean? Because at that point, we were going to be reclaiming 13, which means that this down here becomes a trap to the downside. And then we basically rally and use these guys' stops as extra liquidity to head higher. So right now, the bears, if I can call them that, they need to go. You know what I mean? We need to get moving right now. Come on, baby. Come on. Dump, 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 dump. Da, 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 da. Come on, come on. We gotta break 07. Or else this is not gonna end pretty. We need to break 07 right now. Soon, soon, soon. I've been green the entire time. It's just I don't want to go break even. You know what I mean? I want to let this thing kind of play out. It's the best thing I see right now. I want to give this some wiggle room. Come on. On. Come on, NQ. Lead the way. Lead us down to the promised land. On and pretty please, NQ. I'm watching for the NQ is the top chart here, by the way. I'm watching if these lows can get broken here on NQ. If they can break there, we go down pretty quickly, but ES as well. We're right here. You can see the VWAP there on ES. I don't use the VWAP. I use it for entertainment purposes only. But, I mean, we're kind of right there above it right now. So I'm hoping that everybody's piling in here long and then we dump on them. Come on, come on, come on. Come on. Come on, yes. Come on. Do it for Papa. You can see right now the SPY is currently trying to bounce from that VWAP right there. You know what I'm going to say. I don't use the VWAP. I don't care about it. It's entertainment purposes only. But the more I see that kind of happening and people thinking that we could bounce from that, it could mean that, you know, they're piling up long and we're going to dump on their ass. I don't want to just say the word, but, you know, it could mean that. That's because if everyone's looking to be buying at that stupid line, you know what I mean? Like, that means that there's probably going to be a lot of stops to the downside there. So it could mean we could be heading on lower. So it's like reverse psychology. If everybody longs there, I'm thinking we go lower. Again, that's a conspiracy a little bit. But I get it. A lot of the times it does work. So we'll see. Come on, today, don't let it work. Let's just go lower, baby. Let's go lower. Come on. Don't let me be, you know, let's just go lower. Let's manifest that reality right here, right now. Come on. And we're pumping. If we take back 12 and 13, I'm going to be out of this. I'm going to run away. I do not want to see price back above 13. The Bulls are holding this thing. The Bears, man. You guys are such shams, I swear. Ugh. This is the last line of defense here. 12, 13. Come on. I gotta let this thing play out here a little bit longer. As long as we're below 12, 13, there's really much nothing to be doing here. Back above there, this thing's gonna boner candle squeeze through the high. We're in a little bit of chop situation here, actually, thinking about it. Don't lie. And it looks like we want to take back 12. Be careful here. We take this level back. This thing could end very badly for the shorts here. It looked like it was gonna work until it doesn't, because the bulls come back in, and again, this is just a very strong market to be shorting right now. That trap is likely not gonna hold if 13 breaks. And they just broke 13. I'm manually taking myself out of that. Minus 75 on it. I don't want nothing on this. I don't know. Maybe I was one move too early again. We're gonna find out soon, but I don't know. Ducking thing. I manually took myself out. I don't want nothing to do with this now. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So the short worked until it doesn't. And that's exactly why, I mean, like I say, you got to be on your toes today, especially with shorting here. Back above 13, 12, we are definitely going to squeeze through that. So we're right back to the bullish scenario again. Bears couldn't do it. I mean, why did I even think that they could? Why? I think today I should have just been taking every $200 I see. I had like 200 and something there, almost 300, another almost 200 here. That's 4 plus the 150 I have, like 200 at a time. I guess adds up, but took a long but very tight stop. Got kicked. Yeah, it's the stop, man. The stop. Those stops are very if they're too tight, you know, you're gonna get taken out too quickly. Like if you're long here at the push when we were pushing through that 12, then your stop should have been at least the 09, in my opinion, or better yet, 08. And then now that you're in the green, you can push it up. You know what I mean? You don't want to have a gigantic stop either, right? You need to know where you're comfortable with your stop. For me, it's 3 points. All right, so I lost about a point and a half on that one up there. I'm just not willing. I'm not willing to even get stopped out on that short there. It's not worth it. These guys are too strong, the bulls right now. And I should have expected that this dip was gonna get bought up, but I just really thought that this trap here was gonna get us lower. You know, it was a bearish picture until it wasn't anymore, for me. Keeping the risk small on the shorts is a wise idea for me. But I'm only up like only up 80 something dollars now. Peanuts, man. We gotta get a good trade going in here. What the fudge? The reclaim. That was the right trade. The reclaim of 12.13. Look, I tried to play ball with the shorts. You know what I mean? I'm probably a day early. I know that when the shorts come, it's gonna be what? Oh, what was that? It's gonna be a waterfall down. Bye. Should have taken the long right at the reclaim off there. I'm not gonna lie though, this is kind of garbage price action yesterday and today. I'm not in love with this. I am not liking this type of price action. It's just continuing to grind up higher, which is fine, but feels like it's dead. Well, I'm back to being bullish. I'm back to thinking the long side here. I'm already like what, 4 trades, 5 trades on the day. I'm up 75, $80. I'm like, oh my gosh. Ridiculous. And the stupid thing is that I was actually long from here from the Discord, right? Since this morning. And then I don't know, I guess I fumbled it today. And I was long 3. And this is what I said, that after that 07 got taken out, I was going to be long on that runner all day. As for my plan, and this is your, by the way, your infomercial. If you want to join, it's 100% free. You're never going to be charged anything. And over here is everything is timestamped and everything. So this morning when I did get long, I was long 3. Prior to getting long, I gave us some key levels of support today. Of course, these key levels never come into play because the market only continues to go up and it only knows how to go up. So these key levels, even though, yes, they have not come into play, whenever we do come into play with them, I'll be remembering and I'll be watching them. But Yeah, basically, if you want to join, it's free. The link is pinned to the chat. I'm not in love with this right now. You're right at most. Took notice of the level when you mentioned it. I appreciate it. At least the feedback, right? That you took it. Even though I didn't take it, you know what? It makes me so fucking happy that you took it. Because at least you capitalized on it. I kind of, I should have. I fat fingered out what I mean. I didn't fat finger. I fumbled it. But it makes me happy to know that at least you didn't. And if you're green, by the way, if you're already up over 420, like you mentioned, there's no need to be over trading anymore as well. Depends on your risk tolerance and stuff like that, right? But if you do risk, I would say make sure that you're only risking part of your profits of the day. You gotta like. Thank you. By the way, yeah, if you do want to see the stream grow, I think it has been growing a little bit recently. Hit that like button. I think the like button is doing something. It is helping it grow. So if you're here, you like the stream, hit the like. All right, we're kind of trying to consolidate the 16 level now. I'm thinking about one more trade, but it's got to be, take a wild guess where. Take a wild guess right here. 12-13. If we can drop towards that level and kind of hold there, I would be interested in taking a long there. In hindsight, this is so easy, you know what I mean? Like, so easy. Like, since I was long this morning, it was the perfect trade. All I needed to do was hold this with a bit more conviction and, wait for price to get to me at 99, 59.99. Because right here, if I had taken my 3 contracts at 99 here, I would have been okay with holding this for a few points of drawdown, which is what? 7. It wouldn't have even hit my stop. And look at that. 07 would have been triggered. I would have been sitting right now with a runner from the 99. Oh my goodness. 20 points pretty much, right, with that runner. One runner, 20 points. Locked in profit on the other 2. And again, I'm saying this, for me to improve, right? Like, I gotta wait. I don't know. I woke up a little bit impatient maybe, but again, I'm not talking hindsight. This is all timestamp. It's all been on the community. I mentioned right there as soon as I instantly got long there, how I was going to be leaving one all day long because I had a feeling that this BS was exactly what was going to happen, where we get a lack of setups and we kind of magnet to a level and then we kind of do this chop shit. But in the end, we're ultimately in a straight line to the upside, which is very clear. You can see that there. And I did take a short today, I'm not going to lie. But one thing I can tell you is that at least this is why I love price as well. I did short right here, right? You saw that short. So I was in the green the entire time. It's not that the short didn't work. I was in the green. I got greedy with it, you know what I mean? I thought we were going to push lower. But in this market, it's very difficult, right? But again, the idea here is that if you're shorting where this trend line break broke, tell me who got the better entry, right here or right here? Obviously, right here, right? It's easy for anybody to come here and say that. But to do it is another thing. So why I got short there is because we had the push, we broke below, we back test 12-13, which is what I'm always pretty much talking about here. And there you have a short entry. Down here, if you short here, you would have been instantly squeezed out of your position. You would have been instantly in the red. So our job is to get into positions that work in our favor, or work in our favor instantly. And then it's up to us to manage our trade, right? So I didn't take profit. That's fine because I'm looking for bigger targets all the time. Like 02 and 99 is where I wanted to basically lock in my profit. But it's not that I didn't. It's not that the short didn't work. So I can walk away at least feeling proud about that because I do know there's some other people that with 3 points on ES, they're locking in profit and they're risking 3 points, which makes no sense to me. As I say on the stream, I'd rather get stopped out than what's it called? Than not take profit up at where I am going to take profit. I despise breaking even, but today I'm taking a little bit of break even. So going back to my emotional part here, I commit to my trades. You know what I mean? I like to commit. It might sound bad. You might be like, well, if you're up 400 and your profit target's 5, why don't you slide your profit target, your take profit to 300, so you at least lock in 300? Duck that. No way. That's why I tell you, don't do what I do. You know what I mean? Don't be greedy like me. If you're happy with 400, take the 400. If you're happy with 200, take it. But that's how I started, you know, like getting better. I'm like, oh, I'm going to take the 200. I was obviously taking 200 quickly. But then if you're always taking 200 quickly, you're never going to be able to see if you can make 500 per trade, 500 per trade, right? So that's kind of how you kind of evolve as a, I guess, as a trader. Before I used to get in instantly, the positions were always in the red. Now it's the opposite. My positions are pretty much always in the green. But then, you know, it's how I manage the trade that's going to really count and make the difference. But when you're new, I always felt like the market was against me. Like I would get in and my position would be in the red instantly. And I'll be like, what the hell? Like, why? And that's because a lot of the times I was trading with this trend line BS. So for example, if you were there waiting for this trend line today, right? You can see this wedge here forming very, very easily. And in fact, a lot of traders were probably shorting down here. They're getting excited short here. Meanwhile, look what happens. Price just basically reverses, right? So as soon as you're getting short at these lows here, price is already against you. And then you're biting your teeth and nails because you know that your stop is right here, right? And then you're getting stopped out. But you're likely then seeing price reverse down here. And then you're like, shit, now it's going to work, right? So now you take another short. And then price goes back here. It might get stuck again. And you're like, shit. And then all the time I was always fighting and one step behind the market, which was trying to short here and then trying to long at these breakouts here. I don't know if you guys can relate to that, but I was always kind of doing that. And that kind of pissed me off. And then thank God that I found, you know, exactly this. Now, if I'm going to short, I short here. Not here. And then I'm always in the green on my position. And then I see how I manage it, right? I could have gone break even there. I didn't. It is what it is. I could have taken the 200 and change that was there. I didn't. Alrighty, yes, but this is kind of nonsense now. I mean, come on, do something. So Chuchu train goes up, and of course it couldn't go up with this time when we were long, right? Versetti was long, I think, with me on this trade right here when we squeezed. And of course, the ducking market couldn't push towards that 20 level when we were in it. But now that we got shaken off, now the market's like, all right, baby, now we go to the 20. JP, nice explanation. That's what I tend to do as well. Exactly. We must follow price. Price is the best indicator. These trend lines here, they're not indicators. They can be like reaffirming to your idea. It's good, of course, right? Like let's say that you're long and then a nice trend line breaks. That is very good. Like that's an extra layer of confirmation, but you should not use the trend line to enter a trade. It should be served as extra layers of confirmation, not your entry points. Price is king. As I always give this example, remember, this is an auction. There are buyers and sellers buying right now and selling right now. And if someone's buying a sack of potato for $10 and then, you know, they are much wealthier than you, who's going to move the price of potatoes more? Is it going to be the one with $1 billion or the one with $100,000 is going to be the one with $1 billion. He's going to be able to manipulate price a little bit easier, right? Um, and that's exactly the example. 10, the guy that buys at 10 pushes to 15, takes some profit, pushes back down to 12, accumulates further, and then it just keeps on continuing to the upside. And that's exactly what's kind of happening here right now. If you really stop and think about it, this buyer that was probably likelihood buying at this 99 this morning with me, and then anyways, let's go back to the example. This 99, they get that push, they get the dump to the 05, they're buying there. It's exactly the same example, except we're using bigger numbers. Picture as 10, 15. They go to the 20, and then where do they come back down to? To the 08. And then where are they pushing? Even higher now. And then they're creating these higher highs and lower highs. Sorry, higher highs and higher lows. And you cannot get this information as simple as it looks here on a 2-minute time frame. You cannot get that information from a 2-minute time frame. You need to be exercising your levels and your brain on a big time frame, which is obviously going to be a 1 hour minimum or a daily chart. You need to be using the hourly minimum. You do not want to be drawing any levels of support below a 1 hour time frame. This is why a lot of the times when, yes, today I'm trading a lot, right? But typically I'm here trading, but I'm waiting for those key levels of mine to hit. At those key levels, I have high level of conviction with those levels, and that's a different total trade than the one I'm doing right now. The ones I'm doing right now, I'm telling you straightforward. These are very, very aggressive longs, and I'm taking them because this is what we have to play with right now. But if we choose to play here right now, if we don't, then we can simply wait for our key levels to come into play, which is going to take time. And that's the problem with this kind of strategy, that requires an immense amount of patience on your end. Like right now, I'm still waiting for 59.77, 59.79 to come into play. I was waiting for it yesterday. So meaning the past 2 days, if I really wanted to trade based on a target and based on my plan, I should not be trading. So I would have been 2 days without trading. So it requires a very high level of patience and conviction, but that's just with this type of market right now. You got to understand that it's a once in like a 4-year volatility as well. With the election is once every 4 years, right? So I mean, that rally happened, when the elections came in, and that type of move like that, and this kind of continuation with Trump and whoever winning, right? This is a once in the 4th-year type of move. But again, what I can take to the bank with me is this right here. We were looking for longs pretty much the entire time. We were looking for longs at this level down here. This was a key level that held, and we were talking about how we were just basically going to be pushing to the upside, and that's what I was looking for, pushes to the upside. I don't care how bearish this chart looked. I was looking for the upside, and I can walk away feeling proud of that, at least knowing and understanding that I can understand trend and levels that can be key in the marketplace today. That was a tongueful. I don't know if I'm interested in this thing anymore. I think I'm gonna wait for the dip. These are no dips. I want to see those boner candles down. Niagara Falls to the downside. We need like some, more volatility here. There was that one potential short there that I took, but right now I'll tell you something. Do not be shorting the choo-choo train. This was a setup here, arguably. That's why I took the short here. We push, we break back below. This was the bear setup there. They didn't take it. They're done. The grind up continues. Like right now, look, there was another trend line here that just broke. I can only imagine how many people are trying to short that right now. They just got short, and it's already against their position right now. You don't want to fight the trend, and you don't want to be drawing trend lines on a 2-minute chart and expect them to work. Yeah, sometimes they work beautiful, you know what I mean? But when the market is ready to sell, anything is gonna work. You know what I mean? You've seen those sells. I don't know if you guys have. It's a nice waterfall down. Well, it's Friday. I don't know. What do you guys think? Are you guys gonna be trading power hour, or are you gonna call it a day today? I'm debating if I should trade at all on power hour. Well, we got the free Discord community there. If you're not a part of it, it is a pretty cool community, and now with more members, it's becoming even a better place again for any new trader and any experienced trader to come here and basically give all your levels and talk to the community. The link is on the chat. Can I drink a beer to celebrate on this? Corona, that's it. I love it. I like Corona too. I like Corona. Corona is it's pretty good. Amazing. I agree with you, Versetti. If you're happy with that profit, my friend, I would be satisfied with that. I'm not gonna lie to you. If I was up, hey, I'm up 75 right now or 80 something, and I'm happy with it. Could be worse, right? It could be worse. But I am a little bit frustrated. This day should not be like that for my account right now. Like, whatever. Could have, would have, should have. Green is green, right? Green is green. Freaking greed. Greediness gets to me sometimes. No volume, no range, no like it. I know you by now. When you take a short, you're frustrated. Is it? Do I make it that obvious that when I short, something's wrong? I shorted yesterday. I shorted today. There's no real setups for the push for the pump. I'm waiting for the ghost of the dip. Oh my goodness. I'm making it obvious. You guys are starting to realize my flaws. I don't know. I think we might call it a day here. It's 10:45. Nothing. I mean, yes, we're grinding up higher, but this is not really the volatility I kind of like. And NQ is in the middle of this chop range. NQ is still in the middle. NQ is right where it opened. It opened at 21,186. We are at 21,184. NQ has not moved since the market opened. It has pushed, of course, kind of dipped, but it's right where it opened. ES is surprisingly, the winner today. Moving pretty nicely. But if NQ is starting to kind of hold that range and then break, it cannot end. Probably won't end pretty for yes, which I hope, because we need some more volatility here. We need, with the dump, we get extra volatility. But when we're just like this, there is, you know, it's a one-player game right now. It's just bulls. That's it. MACD showing signs of weakness. I appreciate you tuning in, JP. I don't know if you'll be trading later on. I don't know if I'm going to be trading later on, but one thing I can say, if you're green, just stay green. You know what I mean? Today is not looking like I might be trading power hour, and unless something happens like where we start to dip or something, then maybe yes. But for now, you know what? Just kind of walk away. Stay out of this. I do appreciate you tuning in, by the way. Have a good weekend if you're already done with your trading day. I would say Versetti is definitely the winner here today. Taking that 07 long down there. What a champ right here. Look at that. He still probably could have been long there. I should have been long from that 07 entry there. I fumbled it. It happens. You know what I mean? It's because I'm getting too cautious right now. I am becoming very, very cautious as a trader, because I know that sooner or later, this thing is going to pull back really hard. And when it does, I don't want to get caught, buying every little thing. So I'm trying to stay flexible. All right, I think I'm going to call it a day. We just continue to grind up higher. We're waiting here for the ghost of the dip, which never comes. So we could have bought that little dip here, that little micro dip at 07. Nothing, you know what I mean? And then this kind of short playing out a little bit, and then it didn't play out. So should have been long, should have flipped long, but I don't like flipping. So I'm just going to walk away, let it be. Green is green, but definitely not the kind of day that I wanted to have today. I mean, I was long from this level here, that 59 level there. Could have, would have, should have stayed long there. I think it was somebody on the Discord. I forget who it was. JP, actually. I don't know if it's the same JP here that just left, but JP was the one who was talking about this 98, 99 holding. I don't know if they took that long, but I said I wasn't in love with it. And I mean, this is exactly what, this is rough. And I said I wasn't in love with it because I had already taken 2 longs of this level here with 3 contracts. You know what I mean? I was ready for this explosion. So by the time the third time around came, I wasn't in love with it anymore. We live to trade another day. Take care. I appreciate it. I'm going to be signing off too. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate your continued support. And of course, as always, I hope that you improved and you got a little bit better today. And we will be back here on Monday. Maybe power hour, depends what happens. But with this grind up higher, I will not be coming back here power hour. So enjoy that cold drink. You guys deserve it. And again, thank you for tuning in. Ciao.